Hi guys, welcome to the part 4 of Only Elevators, and in part 3 we have come a very long way, and we have this logic, and it works forward and backward, and it plays our elevator animation to go upward and go downward with a, key control. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And also it now has a desired location, and you can see that we have this flow actor, uh, which is uh, which is which has a dummy flow. And if we move our flow actor to 1000 units, it still goes to 1000 units, and yeah, it has our desired location. So how do we have multiple flows, and if we have to control this now, uh, let us think, if you have a video game that only revolves in a large building, and it has this number of floors, uh, 10 to 30 to 40 to hundreds of floors, and uh, you have a video game based on that building, and we need uh, we need an advanced elevator system for this to work. So how do we do that? So it is not very convenient to manually locate these flow heights, and therefore we need multiple flows. So how do we do how do we uh, do that kind of stuff? So that is we are going to solve in this tutorial, and yeah, let's get started. So first of all, um, you can see that this is one reference, and we get the actor location, and it feeds to the lerp node, and it gets to the final destination. But if we have multiple flows, this will be uh, variate. This, this value will be uh, different for each flow, right? So this will be variate. This value will be variate. That means we need a variable to get the next flow, right? To do that, I'm going to add a variable, and I'm going to get I'm going to rename this variable as flows, and the variable type will be actors. So we will have this flow actor, which only has transform properties. So we can get its elevation from its transform properties, and the only thing we have to do is place this each actor on each level of your 3D model or the 3D building, and it automatically goes through all of these actors, right? So that is the basic logic that we can use. And I'm going to change the variable type to actor, and it gives this object reference. And since we have multiple flows, we just have to change this into single, sorry, from single to array, right? Now it gives us opportunity to add multiple flows, and now I'm going to do that. I'm just going to um, detach this one. um, yeah, I'm just going to uh, detach this by dragging and dropping it onto the flow again. And now I'm going to hide it, and let's say we have multiple flows, and we should define yep, this one, this one, this one, this one. For this case, we will just have five flows, and one, two, three, four, five, two, three, four. I'm just going to change this fifth one into ground flow. So if we want to come to the ground, it will be considered as a flow as well. So therefore, I'm going to rename it as flow G. So it will be the ground. And now I have uh, four flows and the ground level. So ground level will be not a flow, but in our case, it will be a destination. So it will be a flow as well. And I'm going to enable visibility of this cube. And if I select this, now let's say if yeah, this is our first elevation, all right, and it will be 300, yeah, and we just don't need to maintain maintain same distance between each of those flows. So we just have to duplicate and place them randomly like that. And now we just have four flows. And what we have to do is we can just select our flow one and place it on top of the flow and just hit end key. End key snaps our object that we have selected into the next object that is below that actor. So that is the basic thing. And if I, yeah, let's just rename those as well. So this will be SM flow 1, and this will be SM flow 2, SM flow 2, and this will be the third one, flow 3, and this will be our fourth one, flow 4, right? All right. Now we have flow force, four flows, and we have our these flows, and I'm going to select one of those flows, and yeah, I'm going to select our flow one, and the thing is, when I'm turning my recording software, my cursor not shows inside this viewport, so I'm, it's really hard to find that uh, gizmo to select. All right, now I have this flow like that, and when I get this location, and I can select all other flows and just paste the location, and then I'm just going to give the elevation so that my flow actors are above the relevant flow, right? Right now goes to the, yeah, okay, all right, and go further up a little bit. All right, now select flow G. All right, now we just have to select the flow and hit end key, so it snaps to the flow below it, right? Okay, something has happened. Okay, what happened? Flow 2. Okay, something has happened. It goes to the world partition content. So I'm going to select the flow and just, okay, it works. All right, go to the fourth one. All right, uh, it's a little bit of hard. All right, I have to select this, move a little bit, and then hit end. Okay. All right. Now, in our elevator system, you just have to have some actors for each flow you need, and you just have to place where you need your elevator to be. That is why we have changed our pivot into the bottom of the elevator. Now you can see that is why. If not, we just have to give a little offset from the code to stop at the right or the correct elevation if we don't have the pivot in the bottom of the mesh. So that is the thing. And I'm going to outliner and I'm going to select all of these and I just move them into a new folder, and this new folder will be renamed as, you just have to press keyboard's F2 to rename a file, and I'm just going to rename it as flow actors. All right, so those are flow actors, and I'm going to select all the flow static meshes and move them into create a new folder and rename it as flow static meshes. All right, cool. Now we have to assign these flow actors into this into this thing, right? So how do we do this, right? How do we do this? So if we uh, if we tick instance editable, it will be available to edit, but where where we can find this variable to edit? So we know that in blueprint actors, if we have the actor, if we click on it in the details panel, we can see those instance editable parameters. But in this case, we have this flow, but we don't have any actor for the level blueprint. So where we can find this variable uh, to be adjusted. If you have any guesses, you can do. And okay, sorry for the cut. And what I was telling was about exposing these instance editable variables, but in some weird way, this instance editable will not work as in blueprints. So in class blueprints. in Unreal Engine, so it's bit of weird. And if you can see, if you go to the class defaults, it also shows only this kind of easy elevator variable, but it does not show this kind of array variable, so it is bit tricky. And there are ways we can do this inside our graph. So there is this node called get all actors of class, and it basically, if I select actor, it basically grabs all actors from this actor class and outputs. But we can't guarantee that this will only relate to our flow detect flow actors. So this will a bit of uh, uh, not not the thing we are finding. So we just have to do is we get this flows variable, and we can get make array node, and I just have to put some pins and then reference get reference to each of our actors. So this is bit weird, and I think I found in some forums that Unreal from 2014 developers find a way to reference exposed variables from the level blueprint, but Unreal Engine doesn't have implemented any feature for that. So we have to do this way inside level blueprint. But if you are going to use uh, class blueprint, this will not be a problem. So there is one disadvantage of using this level blueprint when we are going to expand our code and uh, more in an easy way. So yeah, we just have to select our flow actors, and I'm going to sorry we just have to select one by one, create a reference, and you can see that I can put a reference in here. So I'm going to put flow 1 into 1, and select flow 2, get a reference, put it right there, and flow 3, get a reference. All right. And also what you can do is you can select all of those and just get it like that. So that will be the easiest solution to get multiple references. And I'm going to plug ground flow into the 0th position, and 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. Now we made our array with our flows, and we just need to do this when the game begins. When the game begins, it should store these values, and we are going to get event begin play. When game begins, it makes a list of our flows, and also it has this um, order. It has this order from ground to fourth floor, right? So it's really easy if we have this variable like that. And now we have to use this variable or this array variable to our code. So when we are using arrays, you should know some of the nodes that we can get from this kind of array variable. So what variables we can use are, what nodes we can use are, first one is you can grab a wire from this array variable and search for length, Length just gives you the number of items in the array. So if you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will maybe think, okay, now this has 4 items, but no, it has 5 items because 0 is an item as well. So this outputs an integer, and if you print this out, you can print when the game begins and see what is the number of items to check. Now it shows 5. So we have 5 items. So we can use this one, and also we can use this get. If you type get, it shows this get and within brackets a copy. Now it gives us the value of uh, these each of indexes, and if I show you that, we can just get a print string again, print string, and if you connect this, we can get the display name of this actor, and you can see that there is this index. So it is currently 0. So if we play, it gives flow G. Now it gives flow G because it is the 0. If we put 3 on this, and if we play, you can see it gives flow 3. So this is how we are going to access to our flows, and this is going to get our number of items. Okay, now how do we get these things into our main code, right? So that is the main question. Okay, I'm going to put it like that so we can get some space. All right. So the thing is, if we want to get to some flow, we are just going to replace this one, this reference from this, right? And I'm going to delete this flow one reference as well. And now I'm going to plug this into here. Now we can see that when press Q, it gets the location of the third flow and go to there. And when I press E, if I say 0, it goes to the zeroth flow or the ground flow. Now, if we check this, go inside, press Q, it goes to the third. If I press E, it goes to the 0, right? And if I press Q again, it goes to the third. If I press E, it goes to the 0. And now in E1, or in this code where we come to the ground, it snaps to the ground, not coming and playing this animation. Why is that? Why is that? You can just think it is because our B value is the same value as the zeroth one, right? We have our lerp node, and we says, okay, come to the ground, which means elevation of 0.026, and we also have b value as the 0.026. Now this should be the destination. Now this should be the destination, and a value will be the initiate initiation point. So this should be that. Now it should work well. Go to queue, go to the third floor, go to the uh, ground floor. But this is again kind of uh, this is similar to the previous code. Just we have an array and we just get only one. So what can we do? What if we press Q, it goes to the next flow. That is that will be next to the current flow. And if we press E, it goes to the previous flow in the down in the bottom, right? So how do we do this? We just have to um, yeah, let's get some space between here, and when I press Q, okay, I can get this. When I press Q, I just have to variate this value. Variate this value. If I press Q, if I if my current flow is 1, it should go to second, right? So I need a reference and I need some uh, variable to assign in here. So we are going to make two variables. First one is next flow, and the variable type will be integer because our array will have integers and array index. And I'm going to change this back to single. Now this will be the next flow, and the default value we can keep as 0, and then we duplicate this as current flow, right? Now we have two variables. Now I have to uh, maintain this integer and update with our current status and next status. All right. So what can we do? The thing is, we have to go to the next flow, right? We have to go to the next flow, and at the same time, we have to go to the next flow from current flow. Therefore, I'm going to assign this here. So A will be the initiate initial location, and B will be the next location. So this will be the current flow. This will be the current flow and next flow, and go and get the elevation difference between the current flow and the next flow, and change with change around this change with this time timeline node in a span of 1 second. So this will be the logic. I think you can get it. Uh, that logic, that is very easy, not a complicated one. So yeah, get the actor location of current one, get the actor location of next one, and only get the elevation and assign it to lab. Okay, it works. And how do we set this? First of all, when I press Q, it checks if we are in the elevator, and if we are in the elevator, you just have to set our next flow as the current flow, right? All right, next flow as the current flow. and then I just have to get the next flow, and we can add 1 into this next flow and play. So what does that mean? When press Q, initially the next flow will be 0. So the current flow also will be 0 as before. So when next flow assigned to current flow, the current flow will be 0. And when I increment this from 1, next flow will be 1, right? And if you don't know about this, uh, this is same as this one. We get the value, add 1 to this value, and set it as the next flow value. So we basically get this value, add 1, and assign to it. So uh, this is what is doing with this node. So it basically avoids these 3 nodes and concludes it into one node. It just adds 1 and assign back to next flow, right? It gets the next flow value, it's 0, adds 1, okay, that is 1, and replace it to next flow variable. Now the next flow is 1. All right, so this is basically it. And now the next flow is 1, the current flow is 0 when we are first uh, doing this q1. Now let's say now we have moved to our first flow, and when we press q again, the next flow value will be 1, because we have moved from the ground and our target was 1. So our current flow now will be 1 from this part, and the next flow will be the second. This will uh, get uh, modified by this node and adds 1, right? So I hope this you can understand this. So it's very simple, and we can get this to work. So if we play, uh, yeah, if we play, now you can you know that in the logic, current flow will be 0, next flow will be 0, and when I press Q, it adds to 1 into the next flow, so it goes to the first flow, right? Press Q, it goes to there, and now uh, if we press Q, the next flow value is 1, so it will be assigned to uh, current flow. So now the current flow will be 1, and the next flow will be second, right? So it just adds up, and we can go to the top, right? So it's really easy, and we just have to implement that into our uh, second code, which goes uh, downward, and I just have to, okay, there's this variable I have created by mistake, so I'm going to delete that, and now I'm going to copy and paste it here, and we are going to assign the next flow into here, and instead of adding 1, I'm going to decrease 1. So we get this decrement int, all right, and assign it here, and get the next flow, assign it here, and get the same thing, and we just have to get some space and assign it here, right? All right. Now the next flow will be uh, reduced by 1. Now it should work. Go there, 1, go below 1, and now if we press E when we are on the ground, now it will be a little problem. So we have to control the range. So we have to control the range of numbers that we are going to use. To do that, what can we say? What can we do? What can we do is we are going to need a little bit of space as our code gets a little bit bigger. We just have to use our length. Okay, I must have deleted my previous one. So I get my flows array and get the length, and I check if the current flow, if the current flow number is equal to the equal to this one. But there should be a small adjustment we have to make, because if you remember, this gives us the 5, the value of 5, but the maximum flow that can be uh, gone into 4, because the current flow considers the index, but this length does not uh, consider its zeroth value. Therefore, we just have to subtract 1 and assign there. All right. Now we are looking looking that how we are checking when press Q. Sorry, this will be, yeah. First, we have to check if the character is in the elevator, and if it's true, we just have to check if the current flow is equal to the maximum. You just can't go, right? So if this is true, you can't go, but if this is false, you can go further up. And if you can't go further up, you can say that, all right, uh, there are no more flows. We are just printing a message so that we can so that player can see there are no more flows, right? All right, and we can get same logic in here, but we just don't use this length one. We just have to know if the current flow equals to 0, because 0 is the ground flow. If we are in the ground flow, we just can't go further down below. Therefore, I'm going to put a branch and check if this is true. You can't go further. So you are just getting this message again. And uh, this is it. So it is really simple. if you think it through. And if we play, go inside, press E, it shows that there are no more flows below. And now if we press Q, it goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up. And if we press Q again, it goes down. Why is that? It goes down, and if we press Q again, it works. That means did, we did some we did something wrong. Let me see. We are checking if the current flow is 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we reduce 1, it will be 4, and our current flow is equal to 4. There are no more flows. Yeah, this should work, but I don't know why this is not working. So I'm going to print this to check if this value is getting the right value for us. Or let me see. Hmm, let's check here first. I think I might have done something wrong. Go inside. Oh, it starts with 4. Uh, yeah, it's 4, right? Yeah, it's just checking. Is it really on 4? Now it's comparing into 4, but it goes. The thing is, why is that? Um, why is that? So let's just say, hmm, yeah, let's just print a string and look at the result we get. Okay, false, you can go, false, you can go, false, you can go, false, you can go, and it gets false. Okay, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Um, current flow. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So the current flow still will be 3 because this is going to add after this code. So we have to do this before, right? So that is the thing. So we just have to grab this here and paste this here. And now we just have to check. And now it should work. And we should do the same for the second code. All right. And yeah, we should assign before this checks. And we can also put this after here. It also works. I'll show you. Go there. All right. Go further. Go again. Go again. Now there are no flows. Right. Now it perfectly works. Now we can also put it this one here because we have to update when the animation is finished. We have to update. Okay, now we are in the next flow. Right now we are in the next flow. That is, our current flow is the next flow uh, that I said earlier. So this is the thing we have to tell. So it is much more easy to understand if we put this in here. rather than putting here. And if I want to optimize this a little bit, you can see that this part, this timeline part, will be is the same for both of these parts. So since this is common for those two codes, I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to uh, get this one and make a custom event called uh, mm, start or move elevator. I'm going to rename this as move elevator. So if we get this to a custom event, now we can call this move elevator in here. Move elevate, right? And we just can copy and paste it in here. Now it will be really easy to see what is going to happen. We are just controlling our current and next flow and play the animation. All right, all good. And if you play again, go inside. If you press Q, there are no flows below. Go above one, press Q, it goes back. Go, go, go up, go up, go further. No, you can't. Therefore, we are going to go back, go back, go back, go back. All right. So this is really great. And now we have a good system. But what if you need some defined flow to go? Now let's say if you have this flow numbers in your UI or your static mesh. Let's say if you have this static mesh of elevator that is finalized, and it has these small tiny buttons that you can uh, click or press. Now you have to press one flow, press or interact with one flow button, and you have to move your elevator to that specific point. So the code will be the same, but there can be some other things and some interaction kind of thing that we can implement to do this. So we are going to take a look how we can do this as well. And before going to there, you can see that we have this amount of space dedicated only for our lift system or our elevator system inside level blueprint, and this can't be reused, right? And this can't be reused. So in next tutorial we will be looking how to implement the same code inside a actor blueprint or blueprint class, so it will be really easy to reuse across any level. And if you don't get what when I say we can't reuse this level blueprint, you can see that if I compile and save, and if I go to uh, if I close this, and if I uh, create a new level, and this will be a basic one, and if I create this one and open this level blueprint for it, you can see this new map is called as untitled, so its level blueprint as is called as untitled. So we just don't have our elevator stuff here. We just don't have access to the code that we have been implementing in our previous level. So we just have to copy and paste here. And yeah, it's a little bit of mess. So we just have to create a level blueprint. Sorry, we just have to create a class blueprint um, to reuse it again. If we use a class blueprint like this, if you can remember, this is the sample blueprint I have created to show you the difference between the user interface difference between the level blueprint and class blueprint. And now you can see I can't just drag and drop it into here. If we contain if we contained our elevator logic inside this blueprint class, it can be reused. So that is the basic idea. So I'll show you in the next video how we can do that. And we will be also going forward and making an interaction system. And sorry, where is my map? Okay, this is the map. I don't want to save it. Okay, so yeah, uh, we will be seeing how to uh, extend this. And we are also using sequencer lift. That means if we have a cinematic, yeah, if we have a cinematic and if we have that lift goes up and down scriptedly with an animation, you just don't need to have an code uh, in your level blueprint or in as a class blueprint. You just can make a sequencer and our elevator mesh goes up and down. And if this is only one time, we just can trigger this animation. And yeah, there's this optimized way of doing things using sequence as well, and sequence also can be used with some logic. So we will be looking about this sequence logic later on, after we did this interaction stuff. uh, yeah, we did, we can look it after. So yeah, that's basically it. So it took a bit long to work on this. Now we are about uh, now, yeah, it is about 1 hour after we started this video. So this is bit long, and I think you got the concept. And if you haven't got the logic, you can just get a piece of paper and write these numbers and logically think, okay, if we press q, what happens? The current flow's number is 0, so it will be assigned by the value of the next flow. So it will be 0 equals 0. Okay, now the current flow is still 0, and the next flow will be incremented by 1, so the value will be 1. And yeah, kind of like that, you can just think peacefully after watching this video. And if you still don't get, please drop me a comment, and I'll be showing you the same logic a little bit uh, with a breakdown. So yeah, thank you all. I'm pleased to help you guys, and I think this will be a valuable lesson. And I don't think any of other tutorials are going this deep and going this slow to give you the concept behind, and you will be able to do more stuff than elevators using these concepts. And you have to be creative, and you can make some other mechanics for your game. And yeah, okay, let's get started with the next one, and let's just wrap this video. Thank you again. Bye, guys, and support me through Buy Me Coffee. Thank you.